Hey everyone, it's your main man, Lee Kendrick with CreditUturn, coming at you a little bit earlier today. And before we get started, I wanted to apologize. Evidently, I fat-fingered behind the scenes, got a little bit of technical wizardry going on today, and I decided to send you two notifications accidentally. Just did not realize that I had actually saved and committed myself to doing this live stream. So anybody out there that's watching this, I apologize if you got two notifications. Temporary glitch, and basically just want to make sure that you saw it. So if you are watching this right now and you can see me, it would be awesome if you drop a comment that just says, hey, you can see me or you can hear me. Mean everything in the world to me so that I know that I can officially kick off today's live stream and get you some relevant tips and education. And I see one person that says they can see me. If you don't mind, one person out there, if you don't mind, go ahead and drop a link. Actually, I've got a couple already, so we're picking up pace pretty quick. If you would drop a link or two links in there to CreditUturn.com for anybody who is watching today's episode, but for some reason maybe found us on YouTube but doesn't know our web address. So I would really appreciate that. So again, guys, I'm going to go ahead and kick everything off now that we've validated that I can be seen. And I want to apologize to you again if you are a mobile app subscriber and you got two live stream notifications today. I didn't mean to do it. You would be amazed at the logistics and the wizardry that goes on behind the scenes to bring you these daily episodes. And part of it is I accidentally tapped a button to save today's live stream and get that scheduled, and it went out two times. So I apologize for that. And I just wanted to say welcome to the CreditUturn live stream episodes. And if this is your first one, we've got several that are archived on our YouTube channel and that are also available in our mobile app. Some of the live streams are exclusive to our mobile app subscribers inside. So I just want you to be aware of that. So if you want to get exclusive content, definitely upgrade. That's just another reason to go ahead and do that. And I want to talk to you just briefly about what my why is. I've mentioned this in past episodes, that I'm very passionate about helping anybody who's ever had any credit problems. I've never ever judged anybody by what their credit score is, because I realize that life can come at you very, very quickly. And oftentimes it doesn't come at you one time or two times. You've always heard that things happen in threes, and that's very true whenever it comes to credit, because a job loss can lead to some late payments. Late payments can lead to financial stress in the household. That could lead to a divorce or bankruptcy or both. So there are a lot of things that can snowball and escalate really quickly. And so my why is making sure that you know what your options are, so that you know what you can do either yourself, or that you can utilize yourself with some help with some automation, courtesy of me and my awesome development team, or things that you might want to consider if you're thinking about going out and paying for an expensive service through a credit repair organization or an attorney or a nonprofit group. By the way, nonprofit groups still charge you money. So if anybody ever says, hey, this is a nonprofit group, you need to be aware that it's not for free, or at least that's my experience. I have yet to see the place that is completely free. And even if they are, you're dependent on somebody else to do a job that's still often manual as opposed to being automated, that you can do, because again, that nonprofit is still going to need to get access to your credit report somewhere. So credit report monitoring, or credit monitoring. So that's enough about what my why is. I'd like to know, or I'd like for you to think, either engage with us and tell us what your why is, or I want you to just think about your why, because you don't want to just fix your credit. That's not the end goal here. Your end goal is for you to be able to qualify for better auto loan financing, or your end goal is so that you can open a business someday because you need better credit. Your end goal is that you're either currently working for an employer, or you want to go to work for an employer that's going to require a security screen or regular security clearances. And so you need to make sure that you're maintaining better credit. Your why might be that you just want to prevent identity theft. Your why might be that credit scores are a game to you, and you're not happy with your 680 or your 720 or even your 820, and you want perfection. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I think that the funner that you make it out to be, that you're in a contest with somebody and you want to have better credit scores than somebody, I think that shows that your head's in the right place and that you're headed down the right path, probably a lot quicker than somebody else that isn't gamifying it to some degree. So I just want you to be thinking about what your why is and what the CreditUturn mobile app would mean to you to have in your life, where you don't have to pay credit repair fees, and that you've got the power of automation and you've got daily education and tips. So enough about that. You have already dropped a link in there. I really appreciate that. Again, if you're not a mobile app subscriber, make sure that you get to CreditUturn.com. If you are already a mobile app subscriber, please subscribe to all of our social media channels: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure that you're getting the latest content, latest developments and updates from us. Also, like and rate our app. Review us, hopefully 5 stars. We really strive for perfection and providing you not only with great content, but we also constantly are updating our app and our websites to make your experience better overall. And considering that if you're willing to subscribe, like, rate, and review us, we would also really appreciate it if you recommend us to your friends. Tell a friend. We give you some really convenient ways that you can do that, especially inside the app, where you can tap the 3 horizontal lines that are in the top left corner of the mobile app. That's called the hamburger menu. And whenever you tap that, the third link down is a share feature. And utilizing that share feature, you can tell everybody you know, including your enemies, about the awesomeness of CreditUturn and what it could mean to them. Also want you to keep in mind that whenever you utilize the forum, that you can be very anonymous whenever you're asking questions there as well. So by all means, we really appreciate that. That's going to help us spread the news and help me reach my goal of my passion of being able to touch 1 million people's lives. That's my why, and that directly correlates to your why, because as long as I'm providing you with massive value on a regular and frequent basis, and we're updating the app and bringing you lots of valuable education and also helping you improve your credit, then we're helping you accomplish your why. Just also help us touch some other people's lives. Don't keep it to yourself. If you knew the cure for cancer, don't keep that to yourself, and it's the same thing here. So today's topic, we're going to talk about what not to do to make sure that you get better results on your credit repair journey, and hopefully expedites those results for you so that you can get quicker progress, so that you can accomplish your why a lot faster. And also that hopefully by us passing along these tips today to you and you taking those to heart and following those, they're not really hard to do. I'm going to share this with you. It's really simple. You need to make sure that you have correct info in everything that you do, whether you dispute on your own, somebody else is disputing for you, or you're using the power of our automation. And it's really simple with us. Instead of you having to retype and rewrite those things every 30 or 45 days, through the power of our automation, we're collecting that information. Again, it's totally secure, 256-bit AES encrypted. You can Google that. It's amazing how long it would take for somebody to hack into that, but you can check that out. Again, totally secure. But whenever you first enter your information and you're registering for the app, we don't ask you for a social. We're just asking you for your basic information. That information will appear on your credit dispute letters that get submitted to the credit agencies. And guess what, folks? You only had to do it once, but just don't fat finger anything. When we're asking for your name, don't give us a nickname. Don't say it's Jimmy when your name is James. Don't say it's Don whenever it's Donald. Don't say it's DJ whenever it's something else. Just make sure that you're using your real, full legal name. Make sure that you're providing us with the actual address. We also provide a spot where you can tell us what your mailing address is. But just make sure that you're using full and complete information. You would be amazed at how many times that people will turn around and they'll put information where they live in Ohio, but they'll choose Oklahoma. Or they'll use the nicknames. Or they'll misspell their own name. They'll misspell their own address. The address you might live at 123 Main Street, but if your driver's license says it's 123 Main Drive, you have two choices. You either need to put 123 Main Drive on your in that section, or you need to go fix your ID to make it say 123 Main Street. And that little $10, $15 or whatever your jurisdiction charges, which still isn't much in the grand scheme of things, to save you $100, $200, $300,000 over your lifetime where you can have better credit, it's worth it for you to go and update that information. Don't keep it from getting you started, because we can overcome those things, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But one of the reasons why I'm pointing this out, why it's so critical, and I hope that you're grasping the severity and importance of what I'm telling you right now, is that one of the easiest paths for you to take whenever you're disputing and challenging information is to disassociate yourself from old, non-existent info. Okay? The info might be outdated. It might be incorrect. It might be incorrect because of like a government agency that put something in wrong. It might be incorrect because you're, I don't know, you went and applied for a car loan and they fat-fingered your credit application and typed in the wrong name, or they typed in a wrong address, or they typed in a wrong social security number. And believe it or not, part of credit reporting, they're not just getting your information from your creditors that are reporting information. They're also getting current information that's being updated by new possible creditors or inquiries that you are applying for credit, wherever you're applying for credit at. So again, whenever you apply for credit at that car dealership, and let's say that they misspell your first name or your last name or your address or your social security number, that information appears in your next credit file. It appears in your next credit file, so you need to disassociate yourself with that information. Now, one of the great things, remember, the credit reporting agencies, they play games with you. They play games with you, stalling. They tell you that your IDs are illegible, that sort of thing. Well, part of the game is just playing the game by their rules. So whenever you disassociate yourself from an old address, and if you just so happen to have a collection that was associated with that address, I'm not guaranteeing you that that will cause a deletion, but it could potentially make it easier. And my experience is it probably does make it easier for you to get that information deleted whenever they go investigate, because your name and your address and your social and your birth date and your identification also matches, and it's consistent throughout. Whenever you're challenging that old information, it's easier for them to go, this might not be the same person. We're not going to take a chance. We're either not going to reply, or we're going to just come back and say delete it. So I just want you to keep in mind that I'm not promising you that. I'm just telling you that that is one of the best paths to take. And it all starts with correct information that you are typing in. So before you click that save button, check it. If after you've clicked that save button, it doesn't look like, or does not look right on your letters, you can tap the profile link that's in the lower right corner of your CreditUturn mobile app, and that opens up your profile screen. In the profile screen, you can fix your information. You can fix your name. You can fix your addresses. You can fix your social, your date of birth. You can take pictures of new identification. Now, we mask your information that's in there in some instances, or partially mask it, because we want to make sure that if somebody got access to your mobile device or to your account, that they can't physically see it. We also hide your IDs so that nobody else can see that information. So whenever you go in there, don't be alarmed that you're not going to see your identification, because we make it that way. We make it that way intentionally for your own protection, and also to give you more peace of mind just knowing that this is more secure. So I just encourage you that if you see something's not accurate, fix it. If you think that your ID is not accurate, or you're concerned that the quality of the picture wasn't that good, you rushed through the process, just go back and update it. Because whenever you're submitting out your disputes, and if you submit your disputes with a selfie photo instead of a government ID, that's not going to pass. If you turn around and take a photograph of something that has an old address on it as your proof of residence, that's not going to pass. Now, you could do that the first time and at least start the process, but I'm going to tell you that you're basically confirming that that old information is correct, and that's why we really caution you to make sure that you're not providing the old inaccurate information. So again, if you want faster results, if you want better results, make sure that you're using current, correct information, not incorrect information, and don't confirm where it is that you lived at or what a previous name was or anything along those lines. And let's say that it's not due to incorrectness that you've caused. Again, it's just that driver's license has a slightly different street suffix, or your bill that you get from like the mobile phone company has your middle name and your last name on it and doesn't have your full name. You can go update that, and then you can just print that off and then take a picture of that. And again, keep in mind that whenever you are taking pictures of your proof of residence or your tax identification forms, make sure that everything is framed up within the frame and not like the whole page. You just need to photograph the portion that will confirm your name, your address, and potentially who's providing that. So if it's like from the IRS, it's the top of a tax return, that's sufficient. If it's the bottom third of like a bank statement or a credit card statement or a utility bill, mobile phone bill, collection notice, that's fine. Just don't show the whole thing. Obviously, don't show them an entire collection notice. And if you're going to dispute said collection for some reason, don't show them that collection notice, because again, you're just confirming that this is probably valid. It still might not be valid. That collection notice might be inaccurate. You might not have ever had a collection with them, and that could have been the result of identity theft, but still don't give them ammo. Don't show them that. So guys, that basically, that comes mostly full circle. Again, another reason why something could be incorrect is because you were the victim of identity theft. I think I kind of touched on that just a moment ago. So educate yourself. Follow us, subscribe to us, engage with us. Let us know what it is that you'd like me to cover in the future. Go into our forum and tell us what challenges you're facing. Tell us how CreditUturn can help you accomplish your why, what your goal is, what your time frames are. And again, you got to be realistic too. Sometimes you can turn around and take care of everything in 30 days and get your goal accomplished. But it's amazing to me sometimes when somebody comes along and they got a 380 credit score and I want to buy a house next month. That might not happen. Could it? Yes. Realistically, probably not. Everybody's path is a little bit different, but given your set of circumstances, you just need to make sure that you're realistic, and you also need to be doing some of the things that we recommend, and sometimes that's inserting new credit. So earlier, I talked about how awesome our dealer partners are. They saw a problem with their customers that have credit issues, and that they can help them get a car loan today, often, not always, but often they can. But is it on fantastic terms? Is it terms that you're absolutely in love with? Is it terms that a year and a half, 2 years from now, that you go try to trade it in, and now you're upside down $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, and you can't trade, and now you're mad? But instead of being mad at yourself, you're mad at the dealership because the dealership put you in a loan that's 20% or 22 or 25%. Some cases it's higher depending upon the state that you live in. So, you know, sometimes you got to place blame where it lies, and sometimes it's your fault, sometimes the dealership's fault, sometimes it's a combination thereof. But they saw a problem not only in their own dealerships but also in the industry, and they're doing something to fix it. They're investing in you, and they're investing in CreditUturn as well, because they're recommending our platform as a pathway for you to be able to improve your credit without you having to pay expensive credit repair fees and obtain your results a little bit quicker. You be able to get instant alerts, then be able to get instant alerts, and hopefully come back and revisit your situation to either help you accomplish your goal of getting an auto loan in the first place, or fixing your auto loan that you took out and either upgrading your ride or helping you reduce your payments in some way. So, you know, our dealer partners and real estate and mortgage partners and banking partners are all awesome. I know that I come back to auto dealers more and more often, and that's because we're getting a lot of traction within the automotive industry, where we have dealerships throughout the U.S. that are CreditUturn dealers. And you need to go to a CreditUturn dealer if you were not recommended to us by another dealership, because CreditUturn dealers really get this a lot better than a typical dealer does. CreditUturn dealers saw a problem, they're doing something to fix it so that you don't have to pay credit repair fees, and that means that you're going to get better treatment. 9 times out of 10, they're going to treat you better just because they care. They're also passionate. So again, educate yourself, follow us, engage with us, like, rate, review, share, recommend us. Do the same thing with our partners. So if it's a mortgage partner, an auto partner, a real estate partner, go to their Google page. Tell everybody why they're different. Tell everybody that they're providing you access to a tool. They pointed us out to you. Make sure that you're sharing that love, because I'm going to tell you, karma, I'm not going to repeat the saying. I think everybody knows what the saying is. Karma is but I just want you to be aware that you can also spread good karma or great karma or fantastic karma. Get out there and just take an extra minute out of your life to go do those things, because if you do those things, it comes back to you tenfold. And it also helps us and our partners help you accomplish your why. Okay? And that also helps us continue leading you and or other people back into the what nots to do. And in the future, we're also going to be sharing with you what you should do. And one of those things I'm going to share with you real quick, if you were referred to us by one of our partners and you have not applied for or accepted the terms of an available loan that was available to you for an automobile or a home loan, find a way to make it happen. Usually it's not that $20 per month or $50 per month or even $100 per month that will cause you a lot of strain and stress that makes something completely unaffordable. Because if you can't pay $450 or $500 or whatever that payment was they quoted you, because you want to be $50 or $100 less than that, that's not the thing that's going to cause you to lose that vehicle, okay? Because if you could pay $500, you can pay, or if you can pay $400, you can pay $500. So you just need to be aware that inserting a positive trade line into your credit files, along with disputing and challenging the old, outdated, inaccurate information that's in your credit report, not just personal info, but also other accounts that are associated with that personal info, it really makes a huge difference. It makes a bigger difference whenever you're also adding that positive credit in into your credit files. So again, thank you for participating. Be sure to engage with us on future live streams. Be sure to engage with us on YouTube, where our videos are archived, also in the app as well as in the forum. Be sure to engage with us. Help us make this go viral. Please recommend CreditUturn. Please recommend the dealers. Please recommend our partners. So again, thank you for your time, and look forward to talking with you again.